Hey there guys, Dan Dicks here reporting for Press for Truth. It is day 3 of the 70th annual Bilderberg conference, and this is the day that they typically go out, go for dinner, go to a museum, go check out the town, and we've managed to locate where the 3 massive coach buses are waiting to escort the participants to their little shindig. So we are now currently on a little bit of a stakeout mission, just waiting to see where they're gonna go. We've got a car stationed to follow them, and then we'll be able to document every single participant, ideally, getting in and out of these buses. These look to be like some VIP buses. They got a few stationed right there. So I think the VIPs are gonna pull in and pick up the VIPs right here. The majority of the participants will go through the back with those big 3 coach buses. But I can tell they're getting these into position specifically for some VIP Bilderbergers, like royalty, prime ministers, kings that are literally here. They're not going to be taking that coach bus in the back. They're going to be taking these things. They've got bomb sniffing and explosive sniffing dogs checking out the cars that the VIPs are going to be riding in. This is wild. This whole place is just crawling with police and Secret Service everywhere. These 3 are Secret Service. Those look like some heavy briefcases. All right, they're getting ready to move. Got like a police military helicopter above. The security operations getting ready, and we are gonna hop into our vehicle now and try to follow this entourage all the way to wherever they're going to have dinner tonight. Hopefully we don't get pulled over on the way or anything like that, but we'll see how this goes. All right, we're on the move, and we've managed to locate one of the shuttle buses right in front of us. We're trailing them now. See if we can figure out where these Bilderbergers are heading for dinner. Well, we all just got, as they say, controlled, and well, it was a little bit of an interrogation. How long do you guys think we were just under the police's control there?
Let me check when I sent the message. So
I would say about half an hour, maybe about a half an hour. They took our ID, they searched our bags, they searched the car, and then they, maybe a little more than a half hour.
40 minutes.
About 40 minutes we were detained by the police here, and as I said, checked our ID, searched our bags, searched the car, and then essentially just let us go on our way so long as we get the heck out of here and do not take any photos of the participants or the police or the security or any of it. So yeah, unfortunately we weren't able to film any of that either, because there was...
We got close though.
We did, we got close, and there was literally guys like with, you know, big machine guns, you know, standing there menacingly staring at us. Turned out to be a nice guy in the end, but whew, crazy times. All right, what a wild day. We are now back at the Bilderberg Hotel, where we had just spent the better part of like 15 hours today kind of on stakeout and scoping them out and hunting them down, and it was quite a wild experience so far. What break it down for us? What was the day like for you? It was pretty wild trying to catch these guys all day.
Well, the wildest part wasn't spent here. It was spent out in a Madrid suburb. I'm going to botch the name, but I believe it's Boadilla del Monte, which just happens to be where the Banco Santander headquarters is, or the Santander Group city is, which unfortunately we did not have the foresight of knowing that the Saturday evening excursion and dinner were going to be there, or at least partially there.
Because they're essentially the host company who put this on, right?
Yes, so Ana Botín is the Spanish member of the Bilderberg Steering Committee, and she's I believe the CEO, head of Banco Santander, this major Spanish bank. And because of that, Banco Santander is effectively the sponsor of Bilderberg 2024, or you might say the host of 2024. And they were very much the host of this Saturday evening gathering, which we had a whole lot of difficulty stumbling upon, but eventually we did. And we found what is something akin to maybe you could call a Google campus. Like they built, Banco Santander built a whole city out there in this suburb, and you could watch videos and check out photos of it online. They not only do they have the corporate headquarters building or buildings, they've got a golf course, they've got a swimming pool, they've got fitness center, they got a cafe, they've got a biking trail and all this stuff, and we couldn't access any of it. We had a bit of a rough time out there.
It's kind of exactly what happened on day one at the airport as well, in a sense, because never have we ever not gotten something there. And on this particular time, it almost seemed like they were taking them through, back private areas or VIP areas, or taking them through areas where we had zero access to. So that was challenging.
It was very challenging, and I don't know if you want to get into the ins and outs of us being detained and what happened during that, but I would say the difference is that with the airport on Thursday, we didn't really see anyone of note. In that sense, we didn't see anyone of note at the dinner or excursion tonight, but we did get confirmation of something pretty significant, which is that Banco Santander is indeed funding or bankrolling, no pun intended, this Bilderberg 2024 event, which is a bit reminiscent of 2018 in Turin, which both you and I were at, where not just the Saturday evening event, but the whole thing was basically at an old Fiat factory. And the Saturday evening dinner was pretty much brought to you by Fiat gathering and dinner. And banquet.
We did manage to confirm certain people because of some good journalist friends of ours who managed to get some of these photos. We won't be releasing these just yet, but stay tuned for those. But this thing isn't over, though. There's still lots of opportunity. We've got, tomorrow's going to be another big day. I mean, it's been a challenge, obviously, this year, more so than others so far. But I have hope for tomorrow. What are your thoughts on how you think tomorrow might go?
Well, first, building a little bit off what you said, and maybe it leads to something more fruitful tomorrow. You and I yesterday saw Kaja Kallas, the Estonian Prime Minister. That is significant, especially given the focus right now on Ukraine and Russia, and all the geopolitical events and war happening in that region. And because you and I have our sources, we've been able to confirm that Kaja Kallas was meeting with the only other Prime Minister in attendance this year, who I should say informally meeting, maybe having a sit down or something. And that's Mark Rutte, who I know I've seen multiple times in the past at Bilderberg. Actually, I've seen him in the past two Bilderbergs. Dutch Prime Minister, outgoing Dutch Prime Minister, right now the leading candidate to replace Jens Stoltenberg, who's in the building as well, as the next NATO chief. And you and I, through our sources, we were able to confirm that Kaja Kallas and Mark Rutte had a little bit of a sit down or a gathering at this event. We didn't see them out in the street together, but we saw one of them in the street, and I think that's pretty significant.
Oh, that's a huge deal. And that's why it's important to come here, give it your best give it your best shot and see what you can get. I'm glad we got that was excellent, but I'm looking forward to getting a lot more tomorrow. So where can people follow you on X or elsewhere, because you've been covering this as well, doing a lot of great work? Where should they go to follow your work?
I'm spread out all over the place, but on X, I am at Freeman Reporter, and that's spelled exactly as it sounds, at Freeman Reporter.
Yeah, awesome. Go check him out at Freeman Reporter. He also does work for We Are Change. You can check out the coverage there as well, and stay tuned for more coming here from the final day, I suppose, tomorrow, and we'll see what we can get for you guys. Guys, I'm so tired. I forgot to mention, don't forget to check me out at pressfortruth.ca/donate, or better yet, there is a link in the top of the description below. It's a go get funding campaign to where you can support my efforts here covering Bilderberg. Yeah, click that top link in the description below. Thank you so much. Everybody who has already contributed, can't do this work without you. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.